First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News, first in the morning.
About 250,000 children suffer serious burns every year in our country. That's according to the Burn Foundation. Well, every year our local firefighters work to raise money to send burn survivors to what's called burn camp. It's an opportunity for those kids to have fun and build self-esteem. And later today, you can help the South Bend Firefighters Association raise that money for kids in our area. This morning, I'm with Captain Gerard Ellis from the South Bend Fire Department. Thank you so much for coming in. First of all, let's talk about some life-saving opportunities. You know, this is a reminder to me every time there's a fire that I cover, but smoke detectors, they really do save lives.
Yes, that's our first line of defense if you do have smoke or fire in your house. And always test that battery once a month. And typically we want to replace that alarm about every 10 years.
So this is a reminder for people watching right now. Make sure you maybe go and check that today. Make sure you have one in, every sleeping area and on every floor?
Yes. And then coming up when the time changes, it's always a good idea to change your clock, change your batteries.
Good reminder. You know, one of the things that you guys raise money for every year is purchasing these so you can provide them to some families and families in need. How do you raise that money every year?
The department kind of sponsors some, and then our firefighters union raises money to help that. This last fall, we typically installed over about 700 smoke alarms. We had about 350 residents that requested them, and we're a little over 700 total alarms that were installed.
Wow. To raise money for that, as well as what we were talking about earlier, sending kids to burn camp, you have what's called a smoker, and It's going on tonight, and it's a really fun opportunity for big-time gamblers, but also people who just want to have a good time. What is it and when is it?
It's tonight at our Union Hall, 4025 Lincoln Way West. It's from 6 to 11. Our hall stays open after that. But it is a gambling night. There's poker, blackjack, there's tips. We tip off TVs, raffle, meat prizes, things like that. But we do have some very good prizes, and you know, local sponsors here in the community, they donate some of that stuff so we can kind of raffle it off and make money.
Again, this money goes to purchase things like smoke detectors, but also to send kids to burn camp. How important is that aspect?
That is very important. These kids get to go, the one camp, they do multiple events throughout the year, but this one camp for that week long, these kids can spend time together with other kids that have traumatic burns and injuries from situations like that, and it allows them to be you know, a young kid. I've driven some of these kids down to this camp before in the past, and it's once they get there, it's like it's an awesome place for them to be.
Yeah.
But it's typically about $1,100 to sponsor one child. So a lot of this funding, you know, we appreciate the support that the community gives us, but this allows us to send more kids down, not just from the Michiana area, but they usually are all from Indiana.
And you've also spent some of this money to help a local firefighter and his family as he battles cancer.
Yes, firefighter Josh Camo, he's recovering from brain cancer. And then we have another firefighter, his son has cancer. So throughout the past year, we've held several events and try to help raise money for these two individuals.
It's good to know this money stays local too.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Gerard Ellis from the South Bend Fire Department. Again, that event going on today. You've got a Facebook page too, so if people want to check it out.
South Bend Firefighters Association.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
No problem. Thanks.